Went up to check out my erosion problem from that big rainfall. Golly. You know, when the sand started piling up about 3 feet from my bed, I figured, you know, I did some quick work then, but I figured I'd better go out and assess it. Gully there. An old bear says it's enough uphill, so we'll just stop here and let you have a view of my valley. Oh, here, I'll just orient you. There's the house down there. Tomato fields. As you can see, they're all picked clean and plowed under, and the mold problem's gone. Phew, sure did kick the shit out of me, that tomato mold. Now I know what happened last year. Although I was still pretty wanked up on antibiotics after my second operation this time last year. Fuck, everything in me was swelling up with tomato mold. Fortunately, it didn't trigger my tomato allergy again. Well, it did. Actually, I ended up with all kinds of endocrine cascade problems. But enough of that. Not being in a tobacco withdrawal with it, without having smoked tobacco for years and years. Good. Nice look here. Look going down. Oop. Some cactuses there. Yeah, there you go. Don't knock the camera downhill, Bear. I gotta decactus my feet. How are you guys doing? The deer trail got so deeply eroded from that very same rain setup that we had that it literally washed all the cacti out. That's the deer are eating them now. You never know with radioactive mutations. Nice fall colors setting in. Don't move, Bear. Yeah, fuck, you got one of these little bastards in your tail. What are these? Real fuckers to get in your bum, I tell ya. That's what I learned to be real careful about that. Was that what was troubling you, son? Oh, my bad, bad. Okay, here, you sit in the shade if you're warm. And I'll sit in the sun. Hey? Enjoy the view. We got you on the leash, you're not going to fall off the mountain. I know everything gets scary when you're pooped out, eh? Did we overdo it? Call that helicopter. Oh, I know. I'll call in Clean Pegasus lift system. Basically, it's an orbital balloon launch system. Funded, of course, on space tourism. Much like I've already sent you links to the guy that's gone FAA approval. Whereas mine will, of course, be in corporate ownership and experimental craft and flown in international airspace. There are no regulators and no insurers because, well, you're a shareholder. We don't sell tickets yet. Maybe someday. Now we sell shares. So I'm figuring about $5,000. We'll get you. Should be able to do 120,000 feet if you're down at the equator. Of course, there's a lot thinner that high up at hydrogen height. So, you know, launching from up here in Canada would be like say, well, Great Slave Lake, for example, or somewhere real scenic, Vancouver. Yeah, it would. It wouldn't get you that high because the air gets too thin. You know, 130,000 feet at the equator, helium rate, average day time, would only get you, you know, maybe 100,000 feet would be the same thinness, which is your buoyancy factor and how high you can go without power assist, right? At northern latitudes or southern latitudes. Which is just fine as a Pegasus suborbital launch platform. Either way, because you're above all that dense air. You know, and you launch your space glider. Sorry, I can't remember the name of that European one. You know, something like that. You drop it. And that's how it quickly picks up its airspeed to get the ramjets working, and off you go. Up and away! The reason why you're using hydrogen and not precious, rare helium that's needed for all kinds of other purposes and already in critically short supply. We don't synthesize it yet on a regular basis, so or maybe when we're splitting hydrogen off of deep thermal sources and cooling off dangerous volcanic calderas and locking plates together and shit, well then, you know, maybe we'll have free helium, but separated out of the hydrogen. It's no problem to make helium. They're hydrogen safe. It's only when it gets in oxygen. So you get a rupture or whatever and you release it and it all goes above your head. You're below the blast. And it doesn't blow up until it mixes with oxygen. So, you know, well, it costs whatever it costs, but I think after everything's all paid for and gone efficient, I think probably by the time it goes to consumers, it'll probably be about $5,000 for a flight. You know, which would probably be a 4 or 5 hours in the air. So way better than any of the competition. A lot safer too. And the best part, you're actually helping the filling thermal spear. If you, the minimal hydrogen that you lose, or if you have to make an emergency dump or whatever. That's actually what's needed up there, and so is oxygen for the ozone. want helium up there. You don't want the nitrous oxides from rockets if you can get away from it. Or the water. The hydrogen oxygen first stages. Yeah, it's fine where you gotta use that for absolute critical safety when it's a matter of life. But as sparingly as possible, move away, you know. That's why, like, a quick launcher cannon for getting molten goods into orbit that can withstand the G-force is, you know, not just because it's, you know, like 100 times cheaper, but because it's sustainable and it minimal damage, minimal costs to the environment that are easily mitigated. You know, you gotta think big, eh? It's already a big problem. Just like all this space junk is a big problem. Carbon's not a big problem. But it needs to be managed wisely. All emissions do. And holistically. Not created scarcity scams like Al Gore, beach bum extraordinary Al Gore there in his hockey stick thingy. No, that's nonsense. So is spraying deadly unsustainable aluminum and barium if there's radiation to be mitigated into the air. That's nonsense. Poisonous, toxic, unsustainable. What nature does. That's what you go with when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Unless you do know what the fuck you're doing and you actually want to create this destruction, which is actually definitely what a judgment of your deeds, the fruit your tree is bearing forth, strongly indicates. So, let's give me another view. And you know what? One of the most, what do you guys say, holistic thingies. And you see how fucking hard terraforming is. It'll give every kind of person a whole new fucking appreciation for what they've been shitting on all over in my earth. Got it? I think you know what I mean. Anyhow, in serving life, one must prevent extinction or reduce the odds wherever they can. I don't want to hear nobody say, "Oh, no, I gotta fix all the other problems." Clearly, nobody's fucking interested in fixing all the other problems, so keep working on those where you can and get fucking real. No fucking bullshit. You don't want to do anything, shut your yap, fuck off and go away. Get the fuck out of the way. It's harvest time. Fucking bells have tolled. It's time to get serving life out into the universe. Get fucking gone!